Okay, good morning all. So we are going to start a new topic or a new lesson. We have finished learning about our body in under knowing ourselves. So again in knowing ourselves, next we are going to the next topic, what I wear. It is a new lesson, what I wear. So just like you will be wearing different kinds of clothes. Okay, you will be wearing different types or kinds. Colors. Actually, colors have two spelling again. Both are right. Okay. So maybe imagine you are having your birthday celebration. So your parents must have bought you some new bright, colorful dress, and you will be wearing it. You will be looking very pretty in that. Then when you come to school, you will wear normal, regular uniform. So you look different. So according to the occasion, according to the climate also, we wear different things. Like imagine now it's rainy going on, rainy season. So we'll stick on to most thin synthetic materials which can be dried very easily, almost this is of that kind. Okay. Then as the days passes, imagine you are living in some hill stations or in a snow-covered area or during winter. It will be very cold. Even now it's cold, but during winter it will be severe. So you need to protect your body. You have to feel more warm. You have to feel more comfortable. At that time you will wear woolen clothes. And your parents are going to attend a wedding function. She will be wearing some silk sarees. So according to the occasion, according to the climate, we change clothes. Okay, so what I wear is basically of that concept. Whatever you wear to cover your body, to protect your body, to look more pretty and confident. Okay, so in that I told you there are different types and kinds which you have been knowing, like you have cotton, wool, silk, etc. That you will learn in detail in the next session. So today, just now as an introduction, you will just come to know about history of cloth. History. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the word. As you go to your higher classes, you will learn the EVS as two separate, science and social. Then again, if you climb up the levels, you will learn separate social sciences as history, geography, etc. So history is nothing but study of past. Okay. Same way, everything, whatever you see around, will have a history to it. There are a lot of temples, like in Kerala itself, you have a lot of places to go which you must have visited, which anyone must not have finished visiting. So each places will have their own history. See here, history of clothes. It is about the past of clothes. So maybe in primitive days, years, million years ago, there were people called as nomads. Nomads. They are people don't have a proper house, proper dress, nothing. They just live in nature as such. They just wander in the forest. They just kill animals. They pick fruits and eat it. They just live a raw life. Okay, very raw life. Normally you use this word when you refer vegetables, raw fruits. Same way, they led a raw life, a nomadic life. So they will travel from one hills or forest to another. They will just kill whatever animals happen to be there. They will pick fruits. They will just pick or pluck vegetables and they eat it. Okay, that is how they lived. And in that time, they were not having the proper clothes that you happen to wear nowadays. So actually, in the beginning, they were not wearing any clothes at all. They just wandered as such. And slowly, according to the places they visited, they found out it is not comfortable in all the places, because when you visit a desert, it will be different. When you visit a snow covered area, it will be different. So accordingly, as they travel from one place to another, they understood they need protection from harsh climate. Harsh means severe climates, either too cold or too hot. So that resulted in the invention of cloth. Okay, so what did they do? They just used animal skin etc. Okay, so normally they kill a lot of animals to eat their food, and after that they thought, okay, actually the animals, like it can be the elephant or the tiger or the leopard or the deer, whichever animal they killed, they found out that they have a thicker skin. The animals have thicker skin with lots of hairs, and that hairs are also called as fur. Okay, so they thought they were also wise, even though they didn't go to school or something, they were wiser. Maybe they had more experience to live in nature, so they learned more from nature, and they understood this fur or animal skin could protect their skin from different dangers, whether it is the climate or any harsh, severe situation outside. Okay, same way, there in the forest there will be different kinds of plants, and they will have different shapes and thickness of leaves, and that also they pluck and they arranged as a piece of cloth, similar to cloth, not exactly cloth, but still they were able to cover their body and protect it. So they were able to cover it and protect it. Then bark of trees. Bark of trees means the outer skin of trees. Like there are some trees which you can just make a slit, make a cut, and you can peel it. Like when you remove a nail polish or when you remove the banana peel, same way there are certain trees whose bark can be separated from the tree and which can be used instead of a dress at that time. Okay, I am talking about 50 or 500,000 years ago which it happened. And at that time they were able to convert the natural raw materials that were available in nature, like the animal skin, the leaves, the bark of the tree, and they were able to convert it into the cloth or their dress. Okay, so that is how the history of cloth happened. Then slowly they understood that there were some plants, okay, or plant parts or stem parts which can be used to derive fibers. Fibers means thin strands. Which will give you yarn, which will give you fabric or cloth, which can be used to do dressmaking or garments. So this is the history or the way how the clothes evolved from nature. So they found out slowly from their experience that some of the animal skin they could use completely as such as cloth. They just wrapped their body, they covered their body, and some of the leaves and trees were they used. Then they understood that the leaves can be turned down into fibers. Fibers are nothing but thin strand. Okay. Different thickness, different quality, different texture is available, which can be converted to make a piece of fabric or cloth. Piece of fabric or cloth like sari. This is an unstitched one. Okay. Cloth I'm just wrapping around my body in a particular fashion. Same way the guys or the gents or the parents or the father, they use dhoti, munda, uduku. So that's also an unstitched fabric. Unstitched or stitch cheyata long piece of cloth. That's our Indian, especially South Indian culture we use it. Then slowly it was converted into pajama kurta, salwar, baba suit, all the frocks, midi, different types of cloth they got. Okay? But basically the cloth they got it from the thin strands of fibers from the plant parts. And slowly as the people started developing, as the industries started, as the machines were invented, bulk they started producing in large scale, then the fashion came into existence. There were a lot of variations in dress, like when you travel itself you can see the way you wear sarees. South Indians, the North Indians they wear different in Gujarat, then in Kolkata they wear differently. Then when you travel outside India, mostly they don't wear sari at all, they use some other clothes according to the climate and the situation they live. So, but everything, all the type of dresses, all the type of garments are just from fabric. Fabric means piece of cloth which is used, cut, sew into different patterns. So that is about the history of clothes. Okay, thank you.